What is up, ladies and gents? My name is Jaden of Team Vox Populi, and you are tuned in for another mod showcase. This is the first one we have for 1.4.7, and it will be a revisit of Darkax's More Swords mod. So without any further ado, let's get started. Essentially what this mod does is it adds a whole buttload of swords into your game, which are not necessarily overpowered and can be used throughout your whole Minecraft experience. So let's take a look at the crafting recipes. First off is the Blaze Sword. It does 2 hearts of damage, has 400 uses, and is crafted with 2 iron ingots, 2 gold ingots, and a blaze rod. Ladies and gents, I am here with my Blaze Sword in my hand, and as you can see, each sword has a colored name. And this is the Blaze Sword. As you can see, it has the Hellfire 1 enchantment. Now I should explain firstly that this is an awakened sword. So swords crafted normally will be without their enchantment or their active ability. It should be noted, an awakened sword can be found in a dungeon chest. As you can see here, when I right click with the Blaze Sword, it sends off a chunk of fireballs. That is the active ability. The passive ability here is that it lights the affected mobs on fire. So let's look at this now. If I switch myself into survival mode, you'll notice that when I use this fireball ability, it takes out approximately 20% of the durability, so use this sparingly. Next up is the Blood Sword. It's crafted with 2 obsidian, 2 redstone, and a stick, which makes it a very efficient weapon. It has 1,500 uses, as the obsidian may have hinted at, and it does 3 hearts of damage. So here, as you may have noticed, is the Blood Sword. Its effect is Vampirism, and its passive ability, when I right click, is it gives me a ton of buffs. This is speed and resistance, as you can see. Now as you'll note here, every time I hit a mob, this item will regain 10 durability, so let's check that out now. And as you will notice, the durability is almost entirely restored. Right here is the Bone Sword, crafted with 4 bones, does 1.5 hearts of damage and has 200 uses. Not really a fighting sword. Over here I have the Bone Sword in my hand, and I've planted some wheat and a pumpkin seed, and as you can see, when I right click, it instantly grows the crop. And if I switch into survival, you'll notice that as soon as I use the effect, the durability goes down. But it has 200 uses, so I assume this sword is entirely worth it. You get greater value than if you would use the bones individually as bone meal. This right here is the Draconic Blade, crafted with 4 iron blocks, 1 redstone, 1 diamond, and 1 stick, and it does 3.5 hearts of damage and has 750 uses. It currently has no effect, but we will take a look at it in the combat field. I am here with the Draconic Sword, and as you can see, if I spawn a zombie here, I can easily defeat him in about 4 hits, as I was able to count. Next up is the Iron Sword, crafted with 2 Eyes of Ender, 4 diamonds, and 1 stick. It's a costly item, but it is my favorite by far. It does 4.0 hearts of damage and has 1750 uses, and its special effect is to teleport. I'm here with the Iron Sword, and you'll notice if I right click that I teleport instantly to wherever my cursor was, taking no damage at all whatsoever. Now you'll also notice, if I turn up the sound options for you guys, that as soon as I teleport, you hear this sound. It's kinda nifty. So yeah, that is the Iron Sword, but it does use up a lot of durability every time you teleport, so please use wisely. Next up is the Glass Sword. I don't really know why you'd want it. It's crafted with 2 pieces of glass and a stick. It does 2.5 hearts of damage, but only has 15 uses, so I'll show you how quickly that would get destroyed in combat. I'm holding in my hand the Glass Sword, which has no effect at this time. And as you can see, if I switch into survival, you'll be able to see how quickly the durability goes down. With 1 hit, almost a quarter of the durability has been lost, and as you can see, every time I hit this pig, the durability just goes down even more. Hey, bacon. Over here is the Infinity Sword, crafted with 4 iron blocks, not ingots, 2 iron ingots, and a stick. It does 3.5 hearts of damage and has 650 uses, and for the amount of materials that you need to use and the results, I would say that this weapon is not worth crafting. As a result, I will not show you guys the effects of this sword, as it does not have one at the moment. Here we have the Lapis Sword, crafted like a normal sword except with lapis blocks, does 1.5 hearts of damage and has 750 uses. Not really sure why you'd want this. It has no effect, but it does look a little bit like a keyblade. This here is the Molten Edge, crafted with 2 lava buckets, 2 obsidian, and a stick. It does 2 hearts of damage and has 300 uses. As you can see, it has no effect, but if you hit a mob, it does have a fire aspect effect and will deal effectively 4 hearts of damage over time if it's not insta-killed. Next up is the Molten Edges twin, the Aqueous Blade. It's crafted with 2 water buckets instead of lava buckets, and the rest goes the same. It does 2 hearts of damage as well, and has 300 uses. As of this moment, this sword has no abilities, but when hitting a mob, it will do a slowness effect on the mob, and as you can see, the pig is not running around quickly as it normally would. Here is the Master Sword, crafted with 2 iron ingots, 2 diamonds, 2 pieces of obsidian, and a stick. It does 3 hearts of damage and has 1450 uses. It's just a pretty sword, eats up a lot of your materials. I'd say don't craft this one either. Next up is the ever so expensive Aether's Guard. It's crafted with 2 feathers, 2 diamonds, 2 pieces of glowstone, 2 iron ingots, and a stick. It does 1.5 hearts of damage, which makes it more of a special effect kind of sword, and has 777 uses. Now you may be wondering why such an expensive sword would not do that much damage, instead 1.5 hearts. But as you can see, its special effect here is Ascension, and every time I hit a mob, it gets launched into the air and brought back down for an almost insta-kill on passive mobs. Ha 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 ha! Die suckers, it's raining bacon. Aw yeah, bacon. Next are all of the food swords. This one's the Candy Cane Sword. It does 1.5 hearts of damage and has 350 uses like all of food swords. It's crafted with 2 rose red, 2 sugar, 2 bone meal, and a stick, and that will give you the Candy Cane Sword. Now over here we have the Pumpkin Pie Sword, which has the same stats as the Candy Cane. It's crafted with 2 pumpkins, 1 egg, 1 sugar, and 1 stick. And last but not least, we have the Gingerbread Man. It does 1.5 hearts of damage, and it can only be found in dungeon loot chests. Now each of these swords in my hand here have 350 durability and have a special effect of edibility. Every time you try to eat the sword, it uses up 50 durability, which effectively means that you can only eat the sword 7 times if you never hit a mob. So as you can see, if I set my hunger to empty, if I right click here and eat it, it restores 4 food, which is 4 half nuggets, and restores 4 saturation. As you can see, if I eat the pumpkin pie, it does the same. And so goes the same for the Gingerbread Man. And as you can see, with the Candy Cane Sword, if I eat it, I get a speed boost that lasts approximately 15 seconds. Now here we have the Witherbane, which is crafted with 1 glowstone, 1 nether star, 2 obsidian, 1 stick, and that will give you the Witherbane. It does 2.5 hearts of damage and has 666 uses. Suspicious. As you can see here with the pigs that I've brought here for my demonstration torture, as soon as I hit one of these pigs, they get hit with the wither effect and will continuously take damage. Earlier I said these swords weren't overpowered, but there's one exception. The admin's art. It's crafted with 2 bedrock and a stick, so this is meant for the admin of a server and nothing else. It does a whopping 499.5 hearts of damage and has a whole bunch of uses. Let's just say a whole bunch of 9s, more than I could fit on the sign. And that will give you the admin's arc. As you can see here, if I right click with the admin arc in my hand, I get the invisibility effect. And as you can see here, it lasts for a whole 16 and a half minutes. I have here with me guest star the Ender Dragon. As you can see, I have the admin arc in my hand, and boom shakalaka! I'm going to take down the Ender Dragon in just 1 hit, and let it shower EXP among the mortals. So ladies and gents, let me thank you for watching this mod review. That concludes this mod for now. What I want to see more from Dark Hacks is just more amazing content, but other than that, this is an amazing mod and I think you should download it right away. I hope you enjoyed this mod review. Thank you to the following subscribers who subscribed in the last week since we uploaded our last video. I'd like to thank you, and I hope you, the viewer, will become the next subscriber to be shown in next week's mod review. So until then, if you like what you see, and you see what you like, and you like whoever you keep the love alive, favorite, comment, and subscribe. Every subscriber really does help, guys. Thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you next time. Stay classy. Bye-bye. Essentially what this mod does, it is